up into the house. And one of the reasons I remember that from the KKK, but I also remember the white mules. I ain't seen the white mules in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Right.
that's kind of other than the scaredness of it, or think of what could have happened. That's why I remember the white mule, because like I said, did nothing go down really, but it was scary.
Mm-hmm.
Never been put up with that before. Um, then the other time was when I was down in Orangeburg, South Carolina, sitting in a restaurant where we supposed to be sitting, and since there wasn't any seats in the white section, and it was close to the white section where the black ones was, even though they had a little door separated, they wanted us to move
Mm-hmm.
out of our section. Now, of course, your section is not as clean and up to date of what it should be as Mr. Bobo's section. But why in the hell we got to move? It's like, why in the hell do we have to move sometime on the bus? Like I do, I belong to a B2B group called Men Brother to Brother,
Mm-hmm.
which meet every Saturday morning at 7 o'clock. Don't ask me why 7 o'clock, but sometimes Saturday morning. It ain't easy.
Right.
Until COVID kept along, we used to go down to the church and do that, but now we do it all on Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
But I tell you, it's some Saturday morning rough. So what we've been doing since February is we have different speakers from the group itself, but we've been doing a lot on Black history since February, and we do something every week, and it's amazing of the number of Black people that have done some great things, and you never hear about
Mm-hmm.
until you start doing research.
Right.
I was surprised that Rosa Parks was not the first one to refuse a seat on the bus.
Then who was the first one?
Oh, what is her name? Claudette. I'm gonna have to get the name. Well, I think Coleman. Coleman she wasn't the first. It was another lady I just did last week. I can't remember the name. Well, she was on the bus. What happened with her was she worked for, I guess, Glen Allen Martin. They made, back during the wartime, they made the B-26.
Mm-hmm.
They did parts for that. She was doing that. Go ahead, I'll sign it if you got it. So she was on her way to Virginia because she had just had a miscarriage.
Mm-hmm.
And she was on the bus, her and another Black lady. The lady had a baby. Okay, now, they didn't have really, at that particular time, I think it was 1940 something, late 40s, they really didn't have on the Trailway or the Greyhound bus, they really didn't have really any designated seats marked where
Mm-hmm.
people knew to go in the back.
Right.
But she was sitting up front, sitting up in the middle, and it was no big deal, and you wasn't supposed to sit across from Mr. Bobo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So a couple gets on the bus, Bobo couple,
Mm-hmm.
and the driver says to her, "Move," and she said, "I ain't moving nowhere. I paid my money just like they paid their money." So the other young lady, she gets up with the baby, and she goes right on in the back.
Mm-hmm.
So the bus driver, he stops, and he gets the sheriff. And the sheriff says, "You have to move." She said, "I'm not moving. I paid my money just like they paid their money. And I ain't moving nowhere." So he went to grab her, and she kicked him in the nuts.
Oh shit! That's an assault on a police officer.
Yeah. And he said, "Well, if you keep doing this, I'm gonna beat you with this nightstick."
Mm.
This old lady was rough, boy. I mean, she was in her 40s. She said, "Well, this gonna be a fight here tonight then, because I'm gonna fight you and you gonna fight me." So then his buddy, another sheriff that was called, he gets on the bus, and he tries to talk to her, and she said, "No, I'm not moving nowhere." So they charged her with $100 assault.
Mm-hmm.
So this case went to the Supreme Court,
Right.
and it was the interstate thing with the Trailway and the Greyhound and all that. So she basically won, but the South, the places like Virginia and places like that, they didn't really honor the Supreme Court thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's surprising to me, she was instrumental in with CORE
Right.
and with the Freedom Riders.
Oh shit! Back in the day, shit. Dang.
Yes. Okay. So Like I said, in the film that they have on her, is no more than 67 seconds.
Damn.
That's the only thing you can find. This one film, but they do talk about it and tell her what she did. But just the idea that she was even before Rosa Parks.
Was she like dark skin or light skin
No,
or white?
she was. She looked like she was kind of brown skin. She wasn't. She wasn't a red bone.
Mm-hmm.
Now, see, my definition of red bone is damn near white bright.
I know you're talking
Now, all
about.
these folks running around here talking about red bone, they light skin, they to light brown. They ain't no red bone to me.
You talking about a yellow motherfucker?
Yeah, that's to me that a yellow motherfucker is a red bone.
Mm-hmm. Not the caramel motherfuckers.
Okay,
nah.
these motherfuckers around talking about they red bones and shit. My wife getting disgusting because I say, you ain't no red bone, but anyway.
Hey, dude, she kept that shit focused.
Yeah, but that's to me that's a red bone.
Mm-hmm.
Now another thing I heard, Virginia, there was a lady that was brown skinned, and she happened to go to a family reunion in Virginia. She hadn't been before, so she decided, found out part of family's going on. Now she's brown skinned. Them suckers down there told her, "Don't you bring your black ass down here no more," because she wasn't red. Now see, this other thing that has bothered me for years is black on black discrimination.
Facts.
Nobody talks about it. When it came up 20, 30 years ago, and it kind of came up a little bit, our so-called black leaders thought, we don't want to air our dirty linen. Well, there ain't no damn dirty linen. You don't mind talking about Bobo being prejudiced.
Mm-hmm.
But in your own hometown, in your own house, you don't want to talk about that. But it's a fact. If you're dark skinned, for years, back in the 50s, you have so many light-skinned women passing for white. Okay? And I don't have a problem because you had to do what you had to do to go to school, to get better education, to get better jobs. But don't turn your nose up at your brother.
I remember one thing. Speaking of turn your nose up, let me use my example, right? Not to cut you off, out of respect. When I used to go to Pimlico Elementary. Not Pimlico Elementary, Pimlico Middle School. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you remember that back in the day. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Now it's a police station now.
Right.
Now, when I was in like the 9th or 10th grade, dark-skinned brothers really didn't get no love like that back then. You know what I'm saying? You had to have been a light-skinned motherfucker with curly hair, or you got to have that pretty-ass skin.
Oh, in sports.
And you got to be into some type of sport, or you tall as a motherfucker. Mm-hmm. And you got to look like something. And I remember back in the day, Word Up? Yeah. The magazine Word Up? Mm-hmm. Like the pretty light-skinned girls?
Right.
They will always have a thing for this motherfucker, Albie Shore. And that shit used to piss me the fuck off. Right. And I'm like, damn, I got a beautiful complexion. A woman would love to date a motherfucker like me. Now, we didn't get no love until like niggas like Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, ugly whites.
Niggas like Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
A couple other brothers out there that look like something. But niggas like my color ain't getting no love. That's the house nigga and the field nigga.
Give you a hard way to go in a short time to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I graduated from Douglas High School.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Okay, now, I had a light-skinned counselor.
Right.
If you were my complexion, I consider myself dark brown.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? She did not steer you towards any colleges or even try to get you courses to help you out or try to help you with SATs and this and that, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
All she wanted to try to tell you, matter of fact, she didn't even give you a whole lot of time.
Damn.
Because you were not light-skinned.
Well, she's culturally biased.
And this is the black woman.
Wow.
Not a white lady.
Mm-hmm.
Not a bobo. Okay? So this is why I say, we with this discrimination, we always talk about the man is so this, the man this, but we kicking each other's ass every day.
My uncle
even
used to
in
call
2022.
Me. Shit, I remember back then when I was little, I used to hate my complexion. Let me tell you why I used to hate my complexion.
A lot of kids did.
Because it all like they say, what you learn is at home.
Mm-hmm.
When I used to go over my grandmother's house, right? I used to be called Darky. I used to be called Spook.
Mm-hmm.
I was called Monkey. And
Mm-hmm.
when you're a kid, that shit fucks with your mental.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I'm an ugly motherfucker.
A lot of black people thought they were ugly.
You know what I'm saying? So now I can
Okay.
kind of understand why Michael Jackson felt the way he felt
Mm-hmm.
to a certain degree, to a certain extent.
Even though he wasn't dark.
Right.
But still, he wanted to be a little lighter.
Well, that's because, like,
You never know how old man Joe might have beat him up.
yeah,
mentally.
like
Okay.
it all stems at home. It
Yeah.
all starts at home.
It's the same thing with a white kid. You know, they hear about nigga this, nigga that.
Right.
Okay. So what happens is after a while, especially some of the females, they want to know what everything daddy, mom, and them, uncle, and them are saying about the black man. I want to find out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, whether it's sexual or it's something else. Okay, a lot of times it wound up being sexual. Okay,
Curious like a motherfucker.
you know, I have been married. I was married to a Caucasian.
Mm-hmm.
It had nothing to do with, oh, I got me a white girl.
Hell no.
It
Right.
just happened that way. Okay. It only lasted about 3 or 4 years, but
Right.
that's not the point. It didn't happen that way. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She was from Glen Burnie. Her father would never come to the house. Never.
Mm.
The mother accepted me, and she would always come over, this and that, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he worked down at NSA.
Mm-hmm.
It was in the sheet metal shop. But this motherfucker down there, when we got divorced, it was 92. This motherfucker said, as long as I work and I'm the supervisor and manager in this shop, a nigga would never work in here.
Dang.
This is in 92.
Hell no. That motherfucker tweaking. Like
Okay.
he 100% British motherfucker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He was number the old poor ass boy from Glen Burnie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But that's what he said. And he would never come by the house. He would never come by this, that, whatever, so and so and so and so and so.
Mm-hmm.
But it was all right then when she was married to a Mr. Bobo.
Right.
8 months pregnant and outside shoveling snow while he laying up on the couch.
Hell no. She shoveling snow while she got extra weight inside her
Right.
ass. He's a clown.
And the old man that lived next door came
Mhm.
outside and went in the house and cussed his ass out
Right.
and started shoveling snow. Now
Oh,
she 8
man.
months pregnant shoveling snow and he's standing laying up on his ass.
Only thing he gonna probably do is induce her fucking labor.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? All that extra weight and
I
shit
mean,
on
going
the
back to
back.
the thought, the reason why I mentioned him is because the
Yeah.
father loved him.
Oh, I bet. Like did he put his hands on her too?
Mm-mm. He didn't hardly work.
Oh, all right.
He had bullshit jobs, and that was all right.
So how was they maintaining and making and paying bills?
She was out there working.
What the fuck? While she was still pregnant, man?
Mm-hmm.
He's a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
He's a whole bitch. Let me ask you a question, bro. Now, me personally, I'm interracially married.
Right.
Right. And this is my first interracial marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I dealt with a lot of interracism
Mm-hmm.
as well as white racism.
Right.
Me, that shit don't rub on me. Let me tell you why. Because
Mm-hmm.
for one, I'm a strong black man for
Right.
one, and I don't take no shit from nobody. I don't give
Mhm.
a fuck who you are. If you have anything to say, you be a man and you address that shit to me.
Right.
Don't bring that shit to my wife. You bring that shit to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Right.
And I'm gonna make sure you feel everything that my ancestors felt, and I'm gonna bring that shit to you.
Right.
But the thing that gets me with that, right? Don't people realize that there's no such thing as a purebred in the United States of a fucking America?
Not in this lifetime.
That's the part that get me,
But
man.
they think it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Now, how
saying.
can you think that when you up here busting slaves' ass open in
Mm-hmm.
the house, busting them in the field,
Yep.
okay? Other ones trying to sneak around trying to get to them.
Mm-hmm.
Back when the rebels were not even popular.
They had like what?
Okay.
What they had like wooden rubbers and shit like that?
Look, I'm an old motherfucker, but I ain't that old.
Yo, I heard that the condoms back then were phony. They wasn't even made of rubber.
I really to tell you what my recollection of condom was what I had experienced myself, and it was regular condoms.
What, the rubber shits?
Yeah, the rubber shit, the
What?
real latex, that shit was hard and
Oh, okay.
thick.
Okay, what y'all had like lifestyles and shit. I don't think
Yeah,
Trojans was made out back
yeah,
then.
lifestyle, or even had Trojans.
They had Trojans back then?
Yeah,
Hell no.
yeah, Trojans been around a long
And answer
time.
this question for me, bro. Why the fuck are they selling the colorful condoms in the goddamn clinic?
Different stroke for different folks.
Them bitches, as soon as you put the like two fucking index middle fingers in that bitch, that shit gonna pop, man. As soon as you put the condom on your finger, you try to put that shit in the girl coochie, pop.
Maybe that's part of the idea.
Ah, I understand.
Maybe.
That's what it sounds like to
They
me.
want to keep us barefoot like the men that's talking about their wives barefoot and pregnant.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It smells like to me it's a setup.
And they want to keep the population going so they can say, hey, here's them niggas having them babies again.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Right.
The other part about, there's so many parts. The other part about discrimination, black on white. If you're poor,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter whether you're black, I think I said it before, black, white, purple, green, whatever, you're being screwed. So why are you fighting each other? If there's 4 chairs at the table and there's 5 of you,
Mm-hmm.
why are you fighting for those 4 chairs?
Right.
Because the man, his main goal, whether it's black, white, brown, some people's goal is to keep us separated.
Fuck yeah.
Now they talk all this good stuff, but it's to keep us separated so they can keep spreading their lies. They can spread about they want to rape our women.
Mm-hmm.
They want our women. And look, to me, pussy. Some red, some big, some small, some stink, some don't. Okay,
Right.
I can care less what color it is if I want to go after somebody.
You think pussy the same? I don't think all pussy the same, G.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Mm-hmm.
Lou Alcindor.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
What about Kareem?
I have much to say about him. But Lou Alcindor, when I remember him, he came out with a book about 30, 40 years ago.
Right.
And this might be some controversial shit, what I'm going to say.
This what's good media. What's good?
Okay. He said that white woman's vagina, how do we use the term, was generically cleaner than black women.
Did you just say generic?
It was a generic. How was that? Not generic. What was the word he used? He was saying that white women's booty seemed to be cleaner than black women's booty.
And why is that?
I never got a real good explanation of why he was saying that. Understood, but I think he kind of clarified it with it. I think he says it wasn't so much it was white women, but a whiter woman or a lighter woman seemed to have a different aroma to their vagina than a darker woman.
There's a thing called douche, and it's called Dove.
Yeah.
That's that. To
I'm
me
just saying,
personally.
I'm just saying they attacked his ass like a mother.
I understand where the brother's coming from because he's a Muslim.
Right.
But you know, Muslims are hoes for the most part. They make a whole lot of concubines, and they're known for making a lot of babies.
Right.
But to me personally, I had many a women in my day, and I've been here for like 4 decades plus.
Right.
Yo, some of them, like you said, some of them smell funny. Some of them are fit different. Some open up wider. Some of them squirt. Some of them cream. But at the end of the day, pussy is pussy to me.
It don't make it. If you put blinders on me, I can tell you the difference.
You can tell it different.
I can't tell you the difference.
Exactly. What the fuck?
Either your ass smell,
Exactly.
or you don't smell, or you taking care of yourself.
Exactly. That's the thing. Douches, proper cleaning yourself, proper wiping yourself.
Now I'm gonna say something about it that men don't need to talk about. Women have their periods.
Facts.
Now, some women, some doctors have said that if you douche too often, you will wash away some of your protection.
Right.
But let me tell you one thing: ain't no goddamn way in the world that you got. If you have a period, your ass gotta wash that shit out the end of that period. Your ass gonna smell.
Facts.
Okay. So, I don't understand why some women saying that they don't take a douche because it wants with their natural protection.
But how can you get upset if you come to work smelling like what the fuck
Smell
ever?
like you want to be alone.
Right, smelling like what the fuck ever. And
I'm
then
tell-
when you sit up here and call her on that shit, then
I'ma
she
tell
get
you-
mad.
I'm gonna tell you this one. This girl, her husband had braces for a long time on his teeth, right?
Right.
And I joked with her. She said, my doctor said, after my period, I'm not supposed to dish. I just take a shower, I take a bath, and da 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 da. And so I don't wash away my natural secretion.
Mm-hmm.
And I said to her jokingly, no wonder your old man don't eat no pussy, because I wouldn't get down there eating nothing either
Right.
if you ain't taking no goddamn douche. How women can get away with that and not get away but say that when it smells.
Mm-hmm.
It's a natural thing. You're cleaning your system. And I don't think soap and water gonna get it.
Yeah, you gotta clean. You gotta proper take care of yourself, man. I had hella conversations with women, and they'll sit up here and tell you like they have their off days. It's the reason why they have their off days. They get either they be stressing, the foods that they eat, or something that they drinking, or is it something
could
that
be,
they wearing? You know what I'm saying? Those are the 4 things that I've heard that the problems that women have when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this is not something new. But then when we call them out on that shit, hey babe, why don't you go in the bathroom and wash off a little bit? What? I gotta do what?
Well, I try to be cool and say, let's go take a shower. You know? Oh, that's the damn